Here with Senator Alma Francis Heiliger. How
Good
are you
evening. Good
tonight?
evening.
Yes. How did you feel about the governor's speech tonight?
Well, I think the governor's speech was somewhat fluffy but optimistic. I think he did his very best in trying to share with the people where he has gone over the last 4 years and potentially where he would like to see the Virgin Islands to go.
I've actually asked this question already today, but infrastructure is a highly debated topic in the Virgin Islands. How do you feel that should be improved in our territory?
Well, the infrastructure of our territory is the basically one of the backbones as to how we're going to progress as a people. And whether you're dealing with making sure the roads, whether you're dealing with housing, whether you're dealing with the infrastructure across the board of making sure that even with the education of our people, all of these are major parts as to the future or the direction we're going to go as a people. And I think we have to really focus on them as individual elements in order to bring about the results that we need. One of the things that I really believe he needed to express a little bit more had to do with housing. As you know, he's been the governor for the last 4 years, shortly coming in after Hurricane Irma and Maria. And unfortunately, the people of this territory, several of them, are still dealing with this housing issue. I mean, we still have blue tarps. I personally felt that we could have been further along or should have been further along, but I really wish that he could have given a little bit more detail in regards to that because you have people still living with friends and family. They're considered homeless. And for the 2,000 plus properties and 3,000 plus housing properties that they're supposed to be developing, I really wanted to hear a lot more about details as to how you're going to get these things executed because nobody wants to feel like they're still in a situation like this heading into year 5.
And you've already touched on it a little bit, but
Okay.
speak about what you feel the government did not properly.
Well, I, I was a little bit, there was a little bit of lax when it came to crime. You know, I think he skirted over it a little bit, but when someone is in their home, especially let's say this past holiday, and the amount of guns that we heard shoot off in this territory, I was looking forward. What did the police department do? What was happening with all of these spot shotters that they invested all this money in? Can you give us reports on the amount of arrests? Because people need to feel safe in their own community. And I really, really was looking forward to hearing a little bit more detail about that. But, it was a overall skirting of quite a bit of areas across the board. He also touched on something that immediately I was a little bit alarmed about. He spoke about pieces of legislation he intends to send down to the legislature in regards to the transferring of people's abandoned properties to conservatorships and nonprofit organizations. Now, I don't have a problem with this government wanting to step in and assist with abandoning properties. I just would like to see what this legislation speaks to because anything, and I'm going to say this, anything that is going to attempt to take the properties from the people, from anyone in this territory, you're going to have to contend with me. So that's just my thought. So I will be fair and I'll wait for the legislation to come down.
All right. Thank you, Senator, for your time. Africa, back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jamal.